Hi, this is Alex from LPEpower. Welcome to episode 2 of the show, where we discussed how to translate car technology from real life into Lego. In today's episode, we'll discuss caster angles. You can read more about caster angles in general in the links in the description. So let's start. For our example, we'll look at the suspension type that is most commonly used by Lego and by people making their own creations. The standard Lego double wishbone suspension. As you can see in the picture, it is very simple, but it has no realistic geometry. The only quality it has is its simplicity, but the end result is far from satisfying. So what is a caster angle? As Wikipedia says, the caster angle is the angle between the pivot line in a car, an imaginary line that runs through the center of the upper ball joint to the center of the lower ball joint and vertical. Before we discuss what it does to the behavior of the steering, let's first see how this looks like in the standard Lego suspension. The red line indicates this pivot line. The angle between the pivot line and vertical in this case is 0. To demonstrate how to make a caster angle for the standard suspension, I have built a setup that offsets the lower and upper suspension arm by only half a stud. You can see in this picture how this looks like. Our pivot line is now angled, so that the pivot point, when projected on the ground, is not precisely in the center of the wheel anymore, but it's slightly in front of it. This is called a positive caster angle, and all cars and vehicles on the road today have it. This makes the car easier to drive and improve its directional stability. If you ever had a Lego car and had to constantly adjust the steering knob while driving to make it go in a straight line, the reason was that the car had either no caster or it had a negative caster angle. So a positive caster angle not only mimics the real thing, but also improves the fun and playability of the model. It's a real shame actually that Lego ignores that completely. In this picture we can see how this angle looks in a real car. In this example it's a Nissan 370Z, and notice that the caster angle here is even more extreme than in my example. So experiment and maybe even try to offset it by a whole stud and see what happens. Here we see my big issue with the Lego Unimog front suspension. The big negative caster angle is only one of its problems. We'll discuss the other one in the next episode, but both issues together combined make for a very bad steering feel and a very nervous and sensitive steering, which puts a lot of strain on the suspension. And it's no fun to play with. In the last pic you can see the McPherson setup on the LPEpower Mustang, showing a healthy caster angle to ensure a good directional stability. I hope that I have given you some ideas how to improve your suspension setups. You can find more links and pictures and articles about the suspension setup we discussed today in the description down below. And next time we'll discuss kingpin inclination angles and the other issue with the Unimog suspension. Thanks for watching.